Well, hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome to yet another interesting episode of the Youth Bantaba show, live here in our studios on Gambia Talents TV. And I am your host, Isa Tukuyu. On today's Youth Bantaba show, I have Gambia Youth Empowerment and Civic Leadership Network officials who will be talking to you about their upcoming program, also their policies, their programs, and some of their achievements so far. So I will start with my left hand side, which is the president of the network. So Mr. Abdullah Koma is here with me. Welcome to the Youth International.
Thank you so very much, Sadukoli, for having us. Greetings, beautiful viewers. I am Abdul Koma, of course, the president of Gambia Youth Leadership and Empowerment Network. It's a pleasure to be here today on Gambia Talents Promotion. And thank you so much for having us.
Pardon me, I haven't had my breakfast yet, and I refer to instead of Abdul, I said Abdullah.
It's very okay. Abdul and Abdullah. Others will tell me at least you have to say Abdullah, but it's all the same.
Then I think I am.
It's very okay.
So and also Mr. Abdullah Baro, who is the SG of the network. Welcome to the Youth International.
Yes, thank you so much, Aisha Koli, and then the entire TV team. And then I want to take this opportunity to greet the wonderful listeners and viewers. I am Abdullah Baro. I serve as the Secretary General for the Crisis Network, which is the Gambian Empowerment and Civic Leadership Network. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for honoring our invitation. We start with the president. Tell us what the network is all about.
Brilliant. Thank you, Asad Koli. If you just get to understand, we said the Gambia Youth Empowerment and Civic Leadership Network. So we are a team of Gambian people, the name of the Gambia. And of course, we comprise of youths that encompass of the higher percentage. And of course, we empower because the fundamental pillars of any network is to empower, of course, young people. Of course, you say leadership. There is no empowerment without leadership. You have to be empowered, then you become a leader, or you have to be a leader, then you empowered. So we, of course, civic. We all know we have the rights in our societies to pursue our dreams. But how do we know our fundamental rights? How do we get to know this is our rights? So the civic also have to play a pivotal role for young people to know what is their right. And of course, we are a network. So a network which is grounded on local grounds and of course going to international grounds. So in short, I'm just going to break down what each word of the network is talking about. So really, I am the president. Currently, we just formed the network. This network is purposely stand by or anchored to strengthen leadership purposes in the Gambia. That is to see that young Gambians are strengthened in the civic point of leadership and of course empowerment, because we get to understand that we have a generation of young people coming up. So there is a lot of lack of mentorship. There is a lot of loophole in mentorship, and young people are not understanding their fundamentals when it comes to leadership as they are growing up, and the mentorship skill also is not there. So as a foundation, as a network rather, we find it deemed and important to form this empowerment network to see that mentorship, guidance, and of course sensitization, of course organizing seminars, and of course and webinars. These are channels we are using. We are about to use, of course, to see that this leadership empowerment is attained. So we are here to see that a generation of young Gambian leaders are empowered, they are mentored, and of course they are using their right channels to pursue their dreams. So this is our fundamentals, and we are standing firmly to see that a generation of leaders is anchored and in the Gambian society.
So, Mr. Balo, talking of mentoring young people, we know the young people of this country constitute over 60% of the country's population, which is a huge number. So, what are some of your missions and, of course, the core values that will be guiding your work towards to ensure, some of your goals are achieved?
Yes, that's a very important question as far as this organization is concerned. As the president rightly mentioned, I want to start by saying that we are strictly non-partisan organization. and that's very important. We don't have any political affiliations, and then we are a non-profit organization, and then really as an organization that is going to be focused on youth leadership and mentoring. I think it's very important. If you, like you rightly mentioned, if you look at the Gambia population, majority are youths, and then as youths, we should always prepare to be good leaders, to be inspired by youths in this country and beyond to be inspired by leadership. So we are a very young organization, and then we hope to achieve a lot. We have a lot of programs that I believe we are going to disclose some of these programs as we go through. So really, that's that's our motive for now as an organization. Yes.
So speaking of empowering young people of this country, we know they're facing a lot of challenges. In terms of visibility, that is one mentorship because a lot of young people do not really know what they want. At times when you ask a grade 12 student, what do you want to be? It becomes a problem.
It does.
So how will your organization address some of these issues? Making sure they focus, making sure they're on track in getting or being what they want to be in the future.
Brilliant. Like already among our motives and fundamentals, like this forum we are organizing, this is a youth program. It's a youth forum. We are bringing civil society, youth leaders, and different students from universities, and of course to attend this program. So really, our network will serve as an instrument to help young people to mentor them. So why this is important is because we are inviting human rights activists, we are inviting prominent educators. So these educators and advocates, and of course human rights activists, will help these young people to understand that of course society can thrive, but only if young people are involved. So we understand that a society cannot thrive without young people. So part of our fundamentals is to organize community outreach programs. So these programs will serve as an instrument to help young people. We will go to local grounds, regional tours will be done, inshallah, after our this forum. We will go to schools, we will go into communities to enlighten young people, to talk to young people about their civic rights, to talk to parents about the importance of education and the importance of mentorship in the lives of these young people. So we are standing at a very important pillar to strengthen leadership, mentorship, and of course, to advocate that young people, their fundamental dreams and aspirations are also attained, but only by giving them the right platforms, like we're already doing, organizing these forums for them to come and listen freely, and of course, apply what they learn.
So who are the targeted participants, and also how are you going to ensure their voices are heard?
Brilliant. I think platform like this is a very great platform. This is why we are here. I think if we are not given this platform, we will not be heard. Nobody will know about our network. So special thanks to you people for doing that. So the platform really will serve, okay, because there will be an open dialogue, because young people will ask questions to these great panelists. This will serve as an open dialogue for them to ask questions, and they will receive answers from these prominent figures. So one of our ways of exposing them, is for them to unlock their potential is to ask questions. And after that, we're going to realize, see, one of the most, maybe the most brilliant people are coming up. Those that understand, I think leadership is important, and they're also trying to showcase out their talents there. So platforms like this, we can of course bring them here. We can connect them to you people. We can of course bring them on board on our network. We can organize programs for them, competition programs for them to showcase out their talents, and of course we can try connecting them with NGOs and government and civil societies for these young people to, of course, showcase out their talents, because part of our fundamentals is to see that we are connecting dots with different civil societies and NGOs to see that these people have the right platforms, connect with social media handles, and of course, platforms like this for them to be heard, like the way we are being heard today. Yes.
So, Mr. Bara, I mean, you've talked about um, engaging partners, which is activists, those that are beyond their limits, but also have vast experience in terms of um, what you guys will be advocating for. I've seen your flyer that you made. I've seen Mali Jobate. I've seen Omar Saibo Kamara. You know, so how will this um, be to make sure the goals and aspirations of these will be attained by some of by you guys, because it's always a problem. We're seeing a lot of organizations will come on board, they will look for fundings, but at the end of the day, not much impact is done on some of the young people that they mentor.
Right.
Yes.
Mr. Barrow, will you come there?
Yeah. So that's a very important question, Isa. Yes. So just to briefly tell you that when it comes to the network, um, essentially, we're trying to break, how do you call it? Try to close the gaps between that of the youth organization, that is the youth empowerment in leadership, and then also civic engagement. So if you look at the Gambia currently, that's a fact. We are aware that we have lots of youth organizations which are focused on only the youth, and then we equally have other organizations that are also focused on the civil society. All right. So, but for our network, we are trying to, intersect these two things together. That's why the name comes Youth Empowerment and Civic Leadership Society. Because in as much as you are trying to empower youth leadership, you cannot, forget about the civil society. That's also very important. So this program that is coming, is a very important platform. It's one of our initiatives that is to create seminars. And these seminars, part of it is where we are going to invite people. For example, like you mentioned, the likes of Madu Jobate, Sebo Kamara, and then and the others. These are very influential people that we know in this country that are advocating for civil rights, youth leadership. They are always advocating for how to call it good leadership in youth. So, as a youth man, or if you are from the civil society, if you are welcome to this platform, when you come, you're going to be inspired about leadership. Okay, you might have a doubt about leadership because what happens is most of the Gambian youths, they have, they want to be good leaders. They are inspired by leadership. But how do we do that? That's a very important question. So that's why this network comes to play to ensure that we provide that way out for the youth to be inspired by leadership from people who are great leaders, who are inspirators, who are influential in the community, and then we have good ethics. Because, like the saying goes, you don't have to wait until you have a leadership responsibility to become a good leader. You have to start now. I think this is a misconception that most of the youth in this country have. Okay, you have to prepare for leadership. It's very important, so that when you become a leader, you execute your function effectively. You don't have to wait until you become a leader, then you want to start planning how to be a leader. So that's why this initiative is very important. When you come to the event, the program, you will learn, you will ask questions, you will have your doubts, you will interact with people who are expert in this gem, and then we look forward. This one of our programs that we have conducted about 2 months ago. We created a program, a seminar, which was focused on youth leadership. That's the transformative youth leadership. This one, where the program is focused on how to, make the youth aware and civil societies on how to defend freedom. But freedom is broad. Okay, freedom is my business. Freedom is everyone's business. As a youth, when we say freedom, we are not. Okay, you have to be a politician to be fighting for people's freedom. No, you can defend freedom at anywhere. It could be at the community level. It could be at the institution where we are working. You might see people who are suppressed. Their rights are being violated. So as a youth, how do you defend yourself and those people in the community and in your institutions? That is why this program is very important. When you come, you will learn those ethics, those principles to be able to defend the freedom of yourself the community and the people in wherever you are. Yeah, so that's
So what is the difference between your network and being an activist group? I mean, this is key issues that people are always trying to interlink or mix. So what is the difference between your network and and activist group?
Okay, I think that is a very important question. I think we need to differentiate that. Advocacy and activism, uh, they have identical ways of doing things. But here, we are not direct activists. Because activists, I think these are people specifically, they focus more on contemporary issues and they focus more on people, more on a political group or more on a particular association. So here our focus is to change narratives, is to nurture creative minds, is to go to local grounds, to talk to young people about the importance of their rights. Why should they be involved in the democratic process? Why should they understand leadership is fundamental for them to yearn and seek for? So we are not physically going there telling you or castigating or trying to not to activism can castigate. At some point, people can take it as a castigation, but they're also trying to strengthen a good governance. So here we are not directly doing that. We are trying to empower. We're trying to nurture young people. We're trying to tell them this is what you need to survive. So if they grow up, they can decide. They can decide if they want to be activists or they want to be advocates. So for here, we are not directly activists. We are just a group of young leaders trying to empower, change narratives, and of course, mentor young people in the right channel. Because leadership and responsibility, don't have to do with a specific group. It starts from anywhere, and you can go somewhere.
so. Just to
Yeah.
add up to what
Go ahead.
the Mr. Koma has mentioned, it's a very important point as far as this network is concerned. Well, if you look at our executive, our organization, the coordinators, you realize that most of our coordinators are youth leaders. These are people who have been in the youth organizations. They have inspired a lot of youths. So basically, when we say an organization or a network, we have varieties of programs and initiatives that we are going to focus on. Well, we are young people, to be honest, but it depends on how you define who is young and who is not young. But what is important
I
is
think that is a problem in this
yes,
country.
exactly.
You see, I mean, you positions giving to someone who's not a youth. We all know the person is not a youth, but you give the person the position.
position.
Yeah. So I think it is good for us to basically differentiate who's youth or who's a young person and who's not a young person.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a very important point. Now, because what happened is in the Gambian context, we speak, Gambia because that's what we know for now. What happened is most of the youths believe that some of these things, has to be done by the people out there. For example, the people, holding big positions. Yeah, it has to start here. It has to start with us. Those people, they started from here. They started when they were youths. That's how they started it. So basically, we are going to be facilitators to provide these initiatives, these programs, these mentorship activities for the youths to be engaged in leadership. What we do is we are, forming collaborations. We work very closely with experts, with youth leaders, with organizations to be able to do this thing. We cannot do it alone. So that's why we are forming collaborations. And then we are calling on all the youth organizations, youth leaders, experts to come and then join us. The organization is for every youth in this country, despite whatever you're doing. In as much as you are a youth in this country, and then you are a civil society organization activist or let me say facilitator, you are welcome to this platform. And then we hope that we come together as youths to inspire each other and then to how to call it, look for positive change when it comes to youth leadership in this country. Yeah, I think that's a very important point.
So speaking of inspiring one another, um, you know, we all know young people of this country face a lot of challenges. You know, whether it is from our diverse backgrounds. So how do you see some of these challenges, and if you guys will be able to address some of these challenges? Because um, one might say Isato is from Combo. I mean, I am privileged to a lot of opportunities, unlike Adama in Basse. So how do you tend to basically address some of these things as a
Uh,
network?
Thank you so very much. Brilliant. There are a lot of perils and disunity, arguments in society. Part of our initiative is to, of course, settle to make sure that unity is broader perspective that every society needs it. This is why we've been trying to organize these forums, because we said the rights of the role of youth and civil society in defending freedoms. We all understand without freedom there's no unity. So part of our programs is to make sure that unity is strengthened. So how do we do this? It's through this brilliant initiative. For example, Mr. Sebo Kamara was supposed to talk on democracy. He is advocating for unity. He's advocating for good governance. He's advocating for that young people must understand their rights, but they must not cast their rights for privileges or for something that will, of course, cause disunity. So what I believe in also as a youth leader is anything that will disturb the peace of a particular nation or a country. We should try by all means to settle out from that. But there will be some writers or philosophers who believe, I don't know, even if at all it is going to cause chaos, but if it is going to bring freedom, they still do it. I think this is why Malcolm X and other philosophers, in America, they're different because they feel like Malcolm X said, if war will bring peace, then let's do it. And the other philosopher doesn't believe in that. If the war will bring, if war will take away peace, then let's stop that. So the white people believe so much in peace. Anything that will distract peace, they try to distance from it. But even though if it's injustice, so this year the case is that. So as an initiative, we want to make sure that unity is important. We want to preach unity in our platforms. We want to talk to young people that peace is important for any society to thrive. So let's know our rights. Let's understand these our rights, but let's make sure it doesn't violate the right of others. So we will be advocating for such kind of advocate such kind of important stuffs to see that unity is attained through our local grounds, community outreaches, and of course our this kind of organization program, which is the forum. We will make sure that unity is inculcated and it becomes a mindset of every patriotic citizen.
It's important. So how do you ensure that your network remains non-partisan in your quest to make sure these young people are empowered to the fullest?
Brilliant. I think that is very important because in this country to maintain, to be non-partisan,
Sustainability is a problem.
sustainability is a big problem.
It is.
And others, any movement that started or starts, people like, let's see, maybe they're heading towards a particular, political,
Especially
stops and all that
nowadays that we are heading to
to the 2026 and everything
Election,
becomes
yeah.
suspicious.
yes.
So amazing. We will make sure as an executive, because part of our policies, it's already highlighted. So that is a clear manifestation that we are a non-partisan organization, and any of our members, if seen talking about politics or trying to discredit people because of their political affiliation. In fact, no political discussion is condoned in our this organization. Like the way we just outlined, religious bigotry, tribalism, and disunity. Anybody have right to belong to a political party. That is your problem. But that should not be of center point of discussion in our organization. So we will make sure our policy will outline that, because we said policies it is what define guides a particular institution. So we are not talking verbally, but our policies will guide us, and the consequences or penalties of finding that. If you are fine of doing such, you will be automatically removed from the association. So we'll fight uh, non-partisan politics and all that towards trying to strengthen our rules and regulations in our organization.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Baro, speaking of your network and then reaching to um, the communities in the Gambia. So, what do you need in terms of expanding your outreach program to Gambian people, more so young people of this country?
Yes. So, like we mentioned, we are a very young organization, but very directional. We have a dream. And then, to be honest, in any organization, these are things that are normal. As you start, you will have a lot of challenges. And then, but what is important is to start. Yes. So yes, we would need support from people, from people from different diversities, For example, we will need support from youth organizations. We will need support from uh, entrepreneurship business people. We need support from even the government, because usually people think that the government has to support. Yeah, this is important because the government would always have to, focus on youth activities, because they are there to ensure that the platform is created, the environment is there. So we would need support. Actually, it could be any support. It could be when it comes to try to expand our activities beyond anywhere in this country. So we hope that we would reach at every corner of this country as far as our programs are concerned, to be able to have an interaction with the youths. It could be anywhere, URR, CRR, anywhere in this country. In as much as there are youths, there are civil organizations, we will try our best to ensure that we reach them, we have discussion with them, because part of our program is to provide platform for young youths, to showcase their talents. I think this is very important in the Gambia. Gambia, a lot of youths in this country, they have talents. They have hidden talents. They can do a lot of stuff. But the problem is, how can, is there any platform for them to showcase their talents? We've seen in other countries where people, it could be private, it could be government, they provide platform for the youths to come and then showcase their talent in different ways. It could be in science, it could be in technology. That's important. So that is why, as an organization, as we are moving, we will also stretch out to schools at base level. We would, currently we are trying to collaborate with schools. For example, Yunus High School. Their principal is one of the panelists for this program. He will come, and then we want to ensure that we provide, that platform for the youths, fellow youths, to come and then showcase their talents. And then also we want to ensure that we create periodic seminars, youth seminars and webinars. That's also important. Sometimes we'll have to use our platform to create youth mentorship, leadership awareness. We would try to invite experts who are very good, who have the very conversant with leadership, to be able to engage, to interact with different youths in different capacities. That's also important. And then we also want to engage in youth entrepreneurship. It's important because really we've seen a lot of youths in this country who are very passionate about entrepreneurship. But entrepreneurship is a very critical aspect when it comes to youth, because you have to have the knowledge, you have to have the guidance, you
And
have to
also
have
the funding.
the funding. Also is very important.
Right.
So we hope that we try to also use resources if we can, and then we are hoping that we can tap resources, bring it together, and then we provide it for youths who are passionate about venturing into entrepreneurship. But we also collaborate with experts who are conversant in the area of entrepreneurship, to inspire young youths, giving skills, even giving resources, even finance, to be able to start up small businesses. These are things that we would definitely try to do with collaboration. We cannot do it alone. We are collaborating with a lot of civil society organizations, a lot of youth organizations, to be able to do this thing together. And we are hopeful that, inshallah, it's going to be a very, very productive organization. Yeah.
So, Mr. President, let me call you Mr. President.
That's fine.
You know,
Yes.
Other people titles are so much important to them. So if you don't call them guy, the name Ikataria for company.
Omong kumaya, sen boran.
Don't be your mom. Title of Kumaya.
Yeah.
That Omong kumaya. That is just like a leader. That just he just give you the name,
Right.
but it doesn't really. Your responsibility define who you are,
Right. That is very
and
important.
it's very important
Yeah.
for us to understand that.
So how can young people get involved with your network and also to contribute to your mission?
Brilliant. Yeah, already we have a Facebook page, and we are making a lot of massive advertisements. Our IPRO is doing that. If you want to reach out to us, you just go to Facebook. You will see the Gambia Youth Empowerment Civic Leadership Network. So what we do mostly, we have WhatsApp platforms also where we create. We normally send motivational writes up to motivate these young people. Sometimes we send additional voice messages to make sure that they understand what they do. Because like Mr. Barrow said, Secretary General, that there's a lot of lack of mentorship. So we're chipping in to make sure that all these things are preoccupied by our initiative. So we will organize a program like already I highlighted. These programs will help these young people, WhatsApp calls, webinars. Like he said, this kind of forums about to happen next week. So this will serve as an instrumental platform for young people to dialogue with us, ask questions, and if they want to join us is like we are very open. You don't need money to join us. You don't need. All you need is a commitment and it to be non-partisan and the consistency. So if you have all those qualities, then you can join us, and you of course also share your brilliant ideas on how you think. And also we are opening the dialogue for anyone. If you think our network need adjustments, it's a platform. If you think we say something that doesn't go in line, or you feel like we need to adjust up, you can still reach out to us. We are open. We are young people. We want to learn, and we are on the verge of learning.
That's important.
So we are welcoming.
From each other.
And also we welcome constructive criticism because it's very normal.
Other people do not like criticism.
Because as a writer, you believe in that. Criticism makes you strong, and you focus on it. You see your weakness. So you see your weakness and your strength. It depends on how you perceive it. But criticism, if you're doing anything important, you think is very productive. Without any criticism, I think you need to rewatch yourself because you are doing something wrong. But we are welcoming constructive criticism.
I like the fact that you said we welcome.
Yeah, that's important.
Constructive criticism.
Yes,
that speaks volumes.
Okay, and also constructive
criticism.
Yeah, I like that. So speaking of your upcoming program, which is on Saturday,
Yes.
Under the topic, the role of young people and civil society in defending freedom.
Freedoms.
This is important.
Very important.
And we now live in a society where people think that you can say whatever you want, do whatever you feel like doing, and you think that we as a democracy like that, especially us, the young people. You will see someone will basically do something wrong and but democracy. How do you actually define democracy in this context?
Brilliant. I think democracy is defined we all understand. Many people will say democracy is the government of the people, by the people and for the people. That is a very constructive definition, and it is applicable in our various society. But I think the channel of how democracy is working now is misunderstood. Like I always say, this Thomas Jefferson, one of the American writers and philosophers, say, if the government fear the people, there is liberty. But if the people fear the government, let me reframe it. If the people fear the government, there is liberty. But if the government fear the people, can I take that again? Yeah. It seems like I have not eaten my mono today.
Yeah.
So is that the quote is Thomas Jefferson say, if the people fear the government, there is tyranny. But if the government fear the people, there is liberty. So that is a very perspective way of saying things. Okay, liberty is very important. Freedom is very important. But you need to understand, where your freedom starts.
That is where another person's
freedom begins. Yeah. So you must understand that you don't have to take the laws in your hands. You don't have to be very subjective to problems. You don't have to be very, very naive to problems. So what we have to understand as young people, as an organization, is that freedom is a productive avenue that can bring ease and can also take away ease. Right? But your way of confronting freedom matters. Like I said, the issue of coming to peace, of maintaining peace is important, right? So democracy in this sense, people tend to misunderstand it. You understand? Yes, the Constitution gives me the privilege to go to school. I have the right to go to school, but you don't have the right to do whatever you feel like doing at school, right? You have the right to talk, like today. I have the right to express myself. It's one of the fundamental pillars of democracy, freedom of expression. Right. But now this platform is given to you, but you need to know you need to understand what you have to say to the people. I might say something that will destabilize peace. I might say something that will try to bring tension in society. That might bring a peril in the country. So anything that will build up that situation of discomfort, we need to deviate from that. And the young people must understand that democracy is when you know your right and exercise your right accordingly, which doesn't disturb the peace of other people. So this is the center point. Democracy doesn't mean to violate other people's right. Democracy means know your right, respect other people's right, don't violate other people's right, and stay at your lane, which is very important. And do not take our country at stake, because this country is what we have. So we must understand that peace is what will take this country to the forefront, not.
Yes. Yeah. So just to add up to what Mr. Komar said, is a very important point, and equally it is very misconceptualized. Yes. So that is why this network is very important, because fundamentally we are in as much as we are advocating, we are also creating awareness. Because if you are a youth and then you have been inspired by good leadership, you are a good leader. Good leaders, respect everyone. Good leaders, they mentor, they inspire, the young generation of youth that are coming. So we believe that in the political environment of this country, there's a lot of misconceptions. Yes, that's okay. That's politics. But we are not into politics. But what we can do in the area of politics, close to politics, is that we want the youths to know, what to engage in politics, how to engage in politics, sorry, and what to do when it comes to politics. We want to inspire the young generation of youth to focus on national development. There's a misconception that as a youth, you only have to be a politician to contribute to national development. This is what is happening in this country. This is what we have realized. That is why a lot of youth are making mistakes every day. Right? You. It's not like you only have to be a politician to contribute to national development.
Yeah.
What we are doing is we are contributing to
You
national
can be a
development.
farmer and you're still contributing to
Exactly. You can be a youth activist. You can
Right.
be a youth leader. So national development is broad in different perspectives. You can take different measures to be able to contribute. So we are telling the youth that it's not only politics that you have to engage in to be able to contribute to national development. You can also do this thing that we are doing. We want to inspire the youth to respect the values, the customs of other people of the community. That is why our network does not only focus on youth leadership empowerment, but also the civil society. Because in leadership, you have the leader and also the follower, right? So these two things come into play. If you want to be a good leader, you have to create a good followership. So that is why the issue of the civil society comes to play. We have in the Gambia, we have leaders, we have good leaders, but in most cases, we don't have good followers, because the good leaders don't create good followers. Sometimes we have good followers, but we don't have good leaders. But this network encompasses these two important sectors together, so that in as much as the youth are empowered to be good leaders, the civil society are also inspired by good leadership. They will know, the qualities of being a good leader, and they will choose their good leaders properly to be able to contribute to national development. Yeah.
So, on the aspect of national development, what are your long-term goals for the network, and how can you envision the future of youth leadership in the Gambia?
Yes. So youth leadership is a very, very important and a very critical, let me say, program or initiative in anywhere in this world. For the Gambia, we feel like there's a gap. Well, frankly, as an organization, we have goals that we want to achieve together with other youth organizations. We want to ensure that every youth in this country becomes a good leader. That's our principle. You have to be inspired. We try to make sure that we are all inspired with good leadership, and then to be able to display those good leadership ethics to our people, to benefit our people, to contribute to national development. We also want to ensure that the youths in this country who are having hidden talents have been brought up, have been inspired. We like I said previously, we have a lot of youths in this country who are multi-talented in different areas. but sometimes they don't have the platform to be able to showcase their talents, and then some of these talents are very, very, very contributive to technology, to national development, to business, to entrepreneurship. So we want to make sure that if you are a youth and you believe that you have a hidden talent which is not yet recognized, we are calling on you to join this network. We are going to interact with you. We will try to know, the talent that you have, and we will try to collaborate with you to make sure that you are well guided, right, with the influence of experts, and then that we are working with. That's also important. We also want to ensure that we collaborate with civil society organizations to be able to provide platform for the youth to be able to be well informed of their rights and their freedom. That's very important, because for you to be able to defend someone, you have to know your own right. You have to be aware of how to even defend. So that's also important. We make sure that we create at the community level and also at the youth level to be able to ensure that youth come together, and then they have this platform, and then they learn, they grow, and then they are inspired. So we have a lot of programs and initiative, and then we hope that with the collaboration of other youth organizations, we will do great things in this country as far as this organization is concerned. Yes.
So speaking of your upcoming program, still on the role of youth and civil society in defending
Freedom. Yeah.
This is important as we all know we are at a very critical moment.
Sure.
We are now approaching our presidential election, which is next year.
Next year.
How will this signifies in terms of promoting, but also educating young people in their role when it comes to elections, but also national development? Because this is a very crucial moment, and I've seen speakers like Madi Jobato who are very versatile in terms of talking about national issues. So whether this will also be facilitated by Madi and some of the roles that these young people might want to play ahead of next year's election.
Yes, so the program is very futuristic. It encompasses a lot of future goals, and then we hope that will be achieved. Yes, so coming to what you asked is a very important question as far as this program is concerned. Yes, so really, yes, for the fact that the election is coming, that is something that is realized very sensitively. Now, for us, what is going to be our role as an organization? Well, our role is we are not trying to tell people who to vote for. Election is very important because it's everyone's business. Yes. So, but we are, as an organization, our focus is to enlighten the youth on who are the good leaders. We are talking about characters of a good leader. That's important. you know, we are not focused on try to tell you, okay, you have to vote for this kind of political party or there and there. No, inviting people like Madi Jovate being so much critical of what is how to call it, current issues. That's okay because he's trying to display his right as a citizen. So, but this program is going to be featured on not only Madi Jovate but all the panelists who are youth, who are leaders who mentor youth to be able to, inspire themselves with good leadership characters and also to be able to realize those characters in people that we vowed or that we are going to vote to lead us. That's very important. So we technically we are not going to say okay who to vote for actually, but we want to enlighten.
Right.
Yes,
That is how it should
I think
Yeah.
this advocates, even them, they are not saying go and report for this. They are not doing that.
Yes.
I think what they are doing, they are telling, they're exposing the facts of what they believe is the facts and what they believe are not facts.
Exactly.
So as a network, of course we don't tell you go and do this, but we equip you. We tell you this is your right.
You need to know
You need to, and you need to go and vote. It's important.
Right.
You need to know your rights.
Right.
You need to know. A police will not just come and slap you like that. We are telling you this is important. If he does, you have to take the right chance to do it.
Right.
So we are giving you the skills to equip yourself
Exactly.
for your long-term goals. This is what we do,
Yeah.
but not physically attacking an individual, saying that and that. But we are telling young people, know who is a good leader. Now you identify. I think this is Madam Collins should be our president,
Right.
or Mr. Barrow should be our
Exactly.
vice president. So we give you the skills and equipments
Yeah.
to you to identify. That's what we do.
Yes.
So, how do you plan to promote youth skills and talents through your program?
Yeah, brilliant. Already I know few women and men who are doing brilliantly well when it comes to skills. Fatu Sen Gay, Young Kanjuro Skills Academy. In the long run, I
She's
would
one of our board chair
Bo-
here.
Wow.
brilliant. In the long run, I would love to partner with her. She support me always with my initiatives. Whenever I invite her to my programs, she is very willing to come. Even my last seminar, she was there was as a speaker. So I would love to partner with his Gandro Skills Academy, of course, to help as we expand as a network. Of course, to help us mentor these young people on practical skills. Because when you also talk, you need to put into practicality. So more of what we're saying, we're talking. Know your civil rights. This is a good leader. But now we're saying, if you're also particular about skills, we'll partner with institutions. We have GCCI. We have a lot of institutions that are doing that. So we will try to partner with them, even government institutions that supported those kind of fundamentals. We will do that. But already our fundamental pillars right now is to join with to partner with Guide Skills Academy and other skills, inshallah, to make sure that our network also is equipped with the fundamental of skills. Yeah.
Okay. So, before we draw the curtains for this program, um, your Saturday program.
Sunday,
When-
sorry.
okay, it's Sunday.
It's gonna be Sunday.
Oh, I
It's
thought
Sunday.
it's
Yes.
Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's
Tell
Sunday.
us more about the program, the venue, the speakers, the topics that will be discussed.
Yes. I will start with this. The program is very free. It's very free.
Okay, there is no money attached.
No, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay anything for the program.
Alright.
It's very free, and then the venue is at Paradise Estate. That is the penthouse. It's a very nice environment where we can sit and discuss and interact, inspire, learn, and grow together. Now, the program is going to be on Sunday, that this Sunday coming on the 24th, that is if I'm correct, and then it's going to start by 3 p.m. So we pleading from all the youths in this country, wherever you are, to come and then learn, and then interact. The people that we are inviting are very, very well-known personnels, the likes of Sebo Kamara, who is a youth leader, the likes of Madi Jubate, Mr. Tabali, who is a principal of Uni High School, and then we also have Mr. Juf, who is also a youth leader. Now, these people really, they are going to discuss. It's going to be a panelist framework where they're going to talk about, issues surrounding the topic, but from different dimensions.
Okay.
So as a youth, if you come to the program, just feel free. All the logistics are put in place. The environment is very conducive. Just to recall from our last program that we've attended, which was centered on the youth transformative leadership, which was conducted at Baba Hotel. That program was very inspiring. We invited a lot of people. We even invited the minister of
Basic and secondary
basic secondary education.
Many of them.
That's Dr. Drame. She came. We invited a lot of women leaders who are very well pronounced in the business. They came. They talk about entrepreneurship. We had one Mr. Drame who was very influential. He practicalized the real issues that are confined or that is affecting most of the youth on how to start a business. He practicalized it really, and then that's what we are advocating for. Right? It's not only about talking. We want practicality. Whatever we learn there, we want to go and then practice it in the real life. So that's how these things goes. And in this program, which is our seventh program, inshallah, we hope that it will be very, very effective. People will learn, the youth will be inspired, and then we will learn definitely. Yeah, so we call on every youth to come and then and join this program, and then we will create more of this program. We are coming up as a young organization. We are coming up, but we can, as I always emphasize, we cannot do it alone.
Right.
This is a youth thing. If you say the Gambia, the Gambia is a country. We are not saying a specific portion of the country, but we are saying the whole Gambia. The name implies. So that is why it's important that we order youth organizations to come and join us. The Civic Bantaba, they are coming. The Youth Rising, they are also invited. A lot of youth organizations and civic societies are invited, and then they will come and then join us to inspire the young generation of youths in leadership. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So, Mr. Kowa, your final words before we take a leave of you guys.
Yeah, first of all, I will have to front load my thank yous because Gambia Talent Promoter for giving us this brilliant opportunity. It will have been difficult, for us to relate our message to the Gambian people. It's a very huge platform, and we thank you so very much, Madam Kohli, for giving us the privilege, and our entire team for really their industrious work, and of course the youth leaders, civil societies are coming for this program. We thank you so very much. So one fine message to the young people. I think this is very, very important. Like we are saying here, we are a critical juncture of our history, and history might repeat itself again. So we have to be very, very careful on how we do things. I always say this in my interviews. If you are approaching a problem, always scrutinize. You always have to understand what is a purity and what is an impurity. You might see something, you might see it as a problem. In a broader perspective, it might not be a problem. To someone else, it might be a big problem. So that's why we all have different lenses of viewing things. So I am urging young people to be careful on how to approach problems and how to solve solutions. Because at the end of the day, it's about impact. What you do is what it is what really is impacted. So at the end of the day, as youth leaders, our main aim is to leave a Gambian society where everybody will live and will be cherished, and that is our fundamental goal. So as a youth, I will advise you to be very committed in what you do, to be consistent in what you do, and always stay focused. Because nothing good comes easy in life. It will be hard. It will be difficult. But with consistency and commitment, you should be able to thrive. So once again, I thank you so very much for the platform. I invite you all to this brilliant network on Sunday at Penthouse, Paradise Estate. It's a free event. So you are welcome to come. You are welcome to come and attend, and you will learn and grow, inshallah. Once again, thank you so very much, Madam Kohli, Sona Kohli, right? Isa Kohli, for the opportunity, and to the camera, the brilliant camera, guys, the technical side.
And they're all female.
Female, I love that. I love women empowerment.
Right.
I really love that. They're doing a great job.
Right.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Ala baraka bake ngal konto jiberla kendol ka fale ko assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
That reminds me, getting back closer, maybe Mr. Barrow, you also want to take the opportunity to just briefly, explain to viewers some of the things that we've said in Mandinka, and also your program, the day that it's going to be before you wrap up.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Very important.
For the sake
In
of
fact, I think we have been doing things in the wrong way.
Yeah,
you should have been, switching the languages.
Right.
yeah, but notwithstanding. Assalamu alaikum. Na jibe lalu alena lamoy lalu nyimalu ntollamu arofonu kafoti menyalon ko yut kafolamu ninko yut wolam funding kewde. So funding ke kafolam menyalon ko molia akumasle amamme bake ntamu Abdullahi Barolti ntamu Secretary General, and then the young man right here walamu Mr. Komari Abdou Koma atlamu arofonu nyaron ko president. So kafo nyim molia akiriyet le kafo lo mialon ko pour Gambian funding kewol be Gambian funding kewol civil society pour mo be na nga kafu nga ñom makoy arofonu nyaron ko yala kenyal ko nyaron ko ya fenne mi yalon ko as a funding ko mata bakele pour yalom nyaron ko ya bita nyadile ko nyaron ko pour ka semento ya ko mata bakele but la jamal le bije mi yalon ko enen ka jibe so nyin ka fo nyin nga ato fondo ka programme ke programme mi yalon ko nga molbe invite ko mandi mi yalon ko youth kafolu civil society ni la multe mi yalon ko e ka tara atawa community e ka mol sensitize wala e ka mol kala mutandi mol la rice la anin fana anin ato fono nyaron kaya so kafonyin anata le pour ka foninkel sembento ya bake o kuma da bake bos gambe ne aje ngaje ko kafu jamal le be kering mi yalon ko ka foninkel sembento ya bon tolen kafonyin anon ko membe fani amandang ka foninkel dama sembento ya but mol fana mi yalon ko e be at the community level ngol fana sembento ya so wala na kafonyin ay ni la ato ko ni la fulolle kafonyo kam kaka kilin so programme jamal lamu so programme mi alon ko même mina kan at me bala wala mu ni sonde ato ko dimanche men kanana abekela general paradise estate lal biye ka men ko penthouse so ni tara etambira costa rolla then demand rek then you have ato ko paradise estate ni ndaje rek ita demanding then penthouse ni mbolo wala mu latim mi alon ko ato ko be programme ni conduct la so programme nyang ayelta pour funding kol be civil society momo yalon ko funding ko elefta pour ka karang pour kana ke la moy molla mol mi yalon ko ngi invite men pour kana ka diamu ni ñoso time wala ni ñoso hakilo la you know pour yato fonu ka ñoso jiko wala jika kendol me yalon ko akumada bakere nana nyaron ko yalla banko kan yo so wala mun nakafoti and then be open ni mobe momo yuti be dawoda ñi banko ka yana la yakafumma and then the program jamale create la ninkola inshallah nara ale yeah
Welcome back, Mr. Barrow.
Yes.
Well, wonderful viewers. We'll now draw the curtains for this week's Youth Bantaba program here on Gambian Talents TV. And I have the officials from the Gambia Empowerment and Civic Leadership Network are here with me today in our studios. The President, Mr. Abdukoma, and also the SG, who is the Secretary General, Abdullah Barrow. We are the ones here with me today in our studios and to talk about their upcoming programs, some of their policies, their programs, and the contribution of young people in our drive towards national development. So until I come in your way next week with another young person, it's a bye from me and the entire team. And a very thank you message goes to my able camera operator Bintan Jai and also Adam Jeng at the technical side. Until then, do have a pleasant day.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.